Hello and welcome to True Talk Chelsea. This is the number one podcast for all your Chelsea wants and needs. We hope you enjoy.
That's right, welcome back to True Talk Chelsea. Welcome to our new segment called Chelsea Monthly Review. In this segment, we're going to be looking at Chelsea's month of October. We're going to be looking at all the results, and in the end of the video, we are going to be giving our Chelsea October Player of the Month and Chelsea October Goal of the Month. With us today, we've got Chirag and Oliver.
Hey,
Welcome,
Will.
guys. Before starting the video, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to our channel. A lot of y'all who've been viewing our content haven't subscribed yet, so please subscribe to True Talk Chelsea. Let's get into the video. Talking about the month of October, we've played a total of 6 games, 4 of which have been in the Premier League. The remaining 2 games have been in the Champions League. In these 6 games, we have won 3 games and have drawn the other 3. This means that we have been unbeaten in the month of October. In the 6 games, we have scored a total of 14 goals and have conceded just 3 goals and have gone on to keep 5 clean sheets. Now we are going to be looking at each game. Chirag, could you start with the first game?
So the month started with a 4-0 convincing win at Crystal Palace. So the game was very comfortable for the Blues. I won't say we started our best 11, but the game started well and it ended well. We had goals from Zuma, Chilwell, and this was followed by 2 successive penalties for Jorginho. An easy 4-0 win. I would say this gave us momentum in the Premier League and also some standards that how we will perform in the future.
After this game, we had the international break, and then arguably the most disappointing game of the month, Chelsea 3, Southampton 3. A terrible defensive performance, in my opinion. It was Timo Werner's first goal, in fact first 2 goals, and after which he assisted Kai Havertz. However, there was a very poor blunder in the back by Kurt Zouma and Kepa Arrizabalaga, and we also went on to concede in the 92nd minute, and we just got 1 point from a game that we expected all 3 points. Next, we faced Manchester United. Oliver, could you tell us about the game?
Well, Manchester United, that was a bit disappointing. I mean, we did get messed over by VAR in that game, especially when Azpilicueta went down. Bit dodgy from Maguire. I've seen a lot of fans on Twitter, Man United fans, saying that should have been a penalty as well. But it was a good result to get a clean sheet at Man United. Bit disappointing we didn't score any, but I think Eduard Mendy for me was definitely man of the match in that game. Unreal performance, and our back line, that was when everything really started to click. After that was Krasnodar.
I think we had a Sevilla game before that. Let me brief you through the Sevilla game. It was a second goalless draw, another 0-0 win, 0-0 draw, I'm sorry. And I think we were outplayed in this game by Sevilla. And, we expected a better result. But the main positive of this game was the defense, because coming into this game, we had a shaky defense. We conceded 3 at Southampton, 3 goals at West Brom as well. So not conceding any goals against a side like Sevilla was a very big advantage. We had Ben Chilwell, who played amazing defensively. Silva made an amazing block at the end. Zuma was solid. Mendy kept his first UCL clean sheet. It was an amazing game overall. Only disappointed not to get all 3 points. Talking about the next UCL game, it was away at Krasnodar.
Yes.
Chirag, could you tell us about the...
I would say the imaginations we all had once the transfers were made. It was the perfect game of how we see Chelsea in future. We had all our best signings on the pitch, and once Lampard changed the formation into a 4-3-3, we were just lethal. Give us more 10 minutes and we would have scored like 3 more goals. It was perfect game for all of us. Ziyech made his debut in the Champions League for us. What a game he had. Man of the match performance. He scored, he assisted. I would say he showed how Frank Lampard wants to dominate the game. 3rd clean sheet successively. And then we moved to Turf Moor for the Burnley game.
Yes, last game of the season. Oh, sorry, last game of the month, rather. Oliver, could you tell us about the Burnley
I
game?
think that really just highlighted the game away to Krasnodar, really. Ziyech, once again, he started the match. Werner started the match because, unfortunately, Pulisic picked up a bit of a knock in the warm-up. Not sure when he'll be back, but Burnley, yeah, that was a really good game. Unreal. I mean, Thiago Silva and Zuma, they had Chris Wood on lock. It was unreal defensive performance. I mean, Mendy, he could have just sat there with a newspaper and a bloody drink, and he could have done nothing all game. They didn't even have a shot on target. But unreal performance, yeah. I mean, once again, following what Chirag said, what we wanted to see really from our attacking sides, and I think we've got more games to come in November as well, and I think a lot of them will be more like that.
I personally feel that the October month has set the mood for our season. We had a disappointing month before, like the fixtures we had lost at versus Liverpool, had a very disappointing 3-3 draw against West Brom. But at the moment, we've gone good. We are pretty close to the top of the table. I think we're just outside the top four. Also, I just read some stats about Chelsea in the Premier League. Goals outside the box, Chelsea is the highest. Most clearances, Chelsea is the highest. Most goals, Chelsea is the second highest. Most passes completed, Chelsea second highest. Most clean sheets, Chelsea second highest. Something which we wouldn't expect with the way we started the campaign defensively. Most shots, Chelsea highest. Warner taking most of them. Has just missed 30 minutes of Premier League action till now. Most goals inside the box, Chelsea third highest. So surely Lampard finding his balance, and I think it was a very key month for us.
Yeah, no,
Surely,
100%.
out of the 6 games, when you score 14 and just concede in a single game, that too was a disastrous game, I would say. It's pretty much a very good month for us.
Very.
So guys, how much would you rate the month out of 10?
I.
Chirag,
Sorry.
could you go first?
Oh, I'd say a 8.5 for me. Just one disappointing game, but some bitter draws, I would say. An 8.5 for me would be perfect.
Oliver, what about you?
I reckon in between maybe a 7.5 and 8. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it a benefit of the doubt. I think Sevilla could have been a bit more efficient, but I think that was when we were just starting to pick up our clean sheets again. Lovely result to Burnley. Obviously, we know they can be a bit of a hurdle for us sometimes. Just one really disappointing result, which was Southampton. Man United, a good result, and I think overall, I'll give that an 8 out of 10, I reckon.
Now let's move on to the Chelsea October goal of the month. Chirag, what according to you was the goal of the month?
It has to be amongst the two Timo Werner goals, the goals he scored against Southampton. But for me, the first goal that he scored, the dummy he made, then a solo run, great run, cuts inside and scores outside the box, if I'm not wrong. That has to be the perfect goal of the month for me.
Oliver, what about you?
Well, I was just having a little think of who I could potentially go for, and I think Timo Werner, yeah, I agree with Palash. I think either his little dink over the keeper in the header or his solo goal, but I'm going to go for his solo goal as well, because the way he just finds the corner, finds the gap in between the defender's legs, the way he dukes the ball, something very Hazard-esque that we had seen before. I think, yeah, it's got to be that goal.
And the final question, the main question, Chelsea October Player of the Month. Oliver, who was your Chelsea October Player of the Month?
Well, really, for me, Palash, I think it's between two people. I think it's between Thiago Silva and Eduard Mendy. Both had immense performances for us, and I think, for me personally, I think Eduard Mendy just tips it. But Thiago Silva, I mean, his quality, he's a Rolls bloody Royce. I mean, his quality is undeniable. He just hasn't played as many games as Eduard Mendy. And Eduard Mendy, with that game against Man United at Old Trafford, I think it's got to be him, in my opinion.
What about you, Chirag? Who's your
Just
player of the
before
month?
just before mentioning my name, I would just certainly add some notable performances or mentions for the from the month. Ben Chilwell, fantastic
Yeah,
season. Timo Werner getting his stride. Kai Havertz getting in the mood. Ziyech had a phenomenal last week,
100%.
but obviously, agreeing with Oliver, it has to be Edward Mendy. 5 clean sheets, replica of what Peter Cech has done in the year 2004. Comparisons being made to the best keeper we ever had. It's just unreal.
Now we're going to be talking a bit about Chelsea's. The first fixture that we play is on the 7th of November. That's against Sheffield United. We'll move on to play another one the 21st of November against Newcastle United, and 29th of November, the London Derby versus Spurs. In between all these games, we also played two UCL games, both against Rennes, one at the Stamford Bridge and the other in France. So that was about it from our review of the month October. We've given our goal of the month, our player of the month. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you, Balash.
Thank you.
Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Till the next time, see you all.